evaluate each expression. Again, the command words are super important in a math question. What does that mean? We want to get a single number in the end, an answer. Evaluate says come up with a value. So a little bit of a problem here. 9 to what power is 6? No idea without a calculator. 9 to what power is 72? We can't do these in its current form. But often, if we simplify, in other words, if we write as a single logarithm, maybe this will work out nice for us. Okay. So first of all, if I want to simplify it, I would have to move that 3 in as an exponent, because the only way you can use a log law with subtracting is if you have 1 log minus 1 log. So when we're simplifying, we're always doing the power rule with the exponents first. When we're expanding, we always do the power rule last. Makes sense, because you're going in one direction or the other direction. And now I could write this as now some of you know what 6 cubed is. You could change it to 216. But I actually am going to show you some mental math strategies that I think will make your life easier rather than harder. Okay? So option 1, yes, you could write that as 216 over 72 and then reduce that to lowest terms. Option 2 is this. When you're simplifying, it might be easier to cancel things out. For example, 6 cubed is 6 times 6 times 6. And 72 happens to be 2 times 36, which is 2 times 6 times 6. See how nice this is? We're simplifying. And now the biggest mental math we have to do is 6 divided by 2, instead of 216 divided by 72. And at this point, we get log 9 of 3. Some of you can do this mental math. Most of us probably would get stuck. Mental math-wise, 9 to what exponent is 3? If you can do it, perfectly. If you can't, then it makes sense to do, right? Yay, I'm really smart at math, and I know the answer is 1/2. Perfect. You're done. I have to work at math. Maybe this isn't, I don't see why that's 1/2, Mr. JR. So what should I do? Then I would say we should write out, because we're going to let x equals, we're going to introduce an x, so we have to write let, and change this from log form, the base is 9, the exponent is x equals 3. And then use your powers chart. Because this is something we did earlier. How do we solve these without a calculator? We need the bases the same. Are 9 and 3 on the same column of your powers chart? Absolutely. We can change 9 to 3 squared. And then we would get 3 to the 2x equals 3. Now there's no exponent written. Does it make sense that there would be like a little 1 there? So the 2x has to equal to 1. And we get the half, the same as before. How did I know without doing all of that? Right, log solve for an exponent. An exponent of a half is the same as a square root, is the same as 3. But sometimes our brain doesn't see the square root idea right away. So then you could just go back to the technique. Let x equal that, use your powers chart, and solve. But some of you will be like, ooh, I remembered that 9 to the 1/2 is the square root of 9, and that's equal to 3. Then you could just write a half right away. That would be fine as well. All right, is it okay if I Scroll up, see what B is. Oh, I think definitely gonna start a new page for B. All right, part B. Again, none of these you can evaluate because they're not easy logs to do. 4 to what exponent is 6? No idea. 4 to what exponent is 3? No idea. 4 to what exponent is 12? They're not on your power strip. So then we think, well, maybe if I simplify, so first of all, I'm going to move in all of my exponents. All the numbers in front can move in as exponents. And then you can do this all at once. Whatever is positive will be multiplied together in our numerator. Whatever is negative, that will show up in our denominator. And again, mental math-wise, how good is your 36 times table? Anybody know 36 times 12? Probably not. So it makes sense to play around with this and break things up. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. 6 squared would be 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. And 12 is 3 times 4. That's nice because then this will simplify to just log 4 of 2 times 2 times 4, which is 16. And remember, log solve for exponents. I don't think you need to do the let x equals here. 4 to what exponent is 16? 4 squared is 16. And we get our answer right away. All right, circle question number 13.